In this video, we are going to talk about what is for in and what is for off loop. And so I have seen beginners getting confused a lot between these two loops and which one to use when. So it is very easy, and I'm going to explain the difference between both of them in just like 4 or 5 minutes, okay? And trust me, the process is completely simple. You use for in when you have to iterate over an object, and you use for off when you have to iterate over a set of array. So here I have a very simple object dataset which I have id and 1. So this is called as key value pair. Watch the object lecture to understand more. So this is the key, this is the value of the key, and then if you want to iterate over this entire dataset object, you can use the for in. So the syntax is very simple. You just say for, and here you declare a variable. For example, I'm going to say let data in dataset. That's it. Now this data will get hold of this entire key. See, it will not get hold of this value but just the key. Okay, so here you can say console dot, and when you will save it, you see entire data, which means the key. So key is id, first name and last name. So here this is the key, id, first name, last name. Now you can ask me, okay, so how do I get the value itself? This is key, this is value. I want to get hold of the value as well. Very easy. Just use this template string, and here just say data, use another curly braces, and here just say that hey, this time now I want you to figure out data set of index data. And so we know that first of all, let's see the result. So you see the result, id1, first name John, last name Wick. Now how does this line of code evaluating? So let's see step by step. So this code will evaluate like this. It will be a string first of all, and then here you will get the id, and then after that colon, and now here data set will be like this. So data set, and here id will be passed, first id will be passed, and then second first name will be passed, and then here we will have last name. Now if you do this on its own, for example here if you do console.log, I have told you how do you access the data inside of an object. You say data set dot its key, right? It will give you the key. Okay, it is saying it should have been uppercase s. Okay, so we get 1 from line 13. Actually, let's separate the output. So from script.js13 you get this one. So if you want to access data inside of an object, you do dataset, the name of the object, dot the key of the object. So dataset.id will give you 1. Similarly, if you do dataset.firstname, it will give you John, and for last name it will give you Wick. Now there is another way of accessing data inside of an object. You can use these array brackets, and here just give the name of the key in the string format. So like this. So it will also give you the data for that key, which is 1. So dataset.id and dataset with this string passed inside an array bracket will both give you the same value. And so now here you can see we have the same thing here. So we have said dataset id, dataset first name, dataset last name. So just like this, first we referred the data and then said dataset in array I'm passing the entire data, which means id, first name and last name. So this code will evaluate like this, resulting into this first name and last name also printed here in the console. So this is how you loop over a set of object. Similarly, we have for off. The work of for off is to loop over a set of an array. So here I'm just going to declare array data equals to, I'll keep it simple, 2, 3, 4, and then an array itself where I'm just going to randomize things, random, and inside this I'm just going to pass an object. I'll say first to be first person, and last, just giving some property to test, I'll say last person. Okay, now if you want to loop over this array, you can use for loop as well, but better you use this for off. So you just have to say for, and here the syntax is similar. So you just have to say let, and say data of array data, and here you just have to say console.log, but this time you will say data. Okay, just say data, and there you go, you get the entire property. So let me separate the content. Here you get the entire data 2 3 4 and then this array itself which contains the object as well. So that's how you loop over a set of array, and this is how you loop over a set of object. So for in for objects and for off for arrays. Now let me quickly show you what did I mean by saying that you could have looped over this entire array data using for loop as well. So we just have to say for let I equals to 0, I is less than array data of length I plus console dot log array data at console dot log array data at index I. So this is for loop. Here you go. This data that you are seeing has been accessed using the for loop, and this data that you see here is accessed using the for off loop, and then of course our for in sitting on the top. So this is the difference between for in and for off. If you have an object, just use for in. If you have an array, just use for off. Do make sure to subscribe. I keep bringing such quick tutorials. I'll see you in the next one.